This new woke alert system prevents consumers from giving money to woke companies.
Independent non-profit group Consumers Research, which exposes corporate wrongdoing, has come up with a brilliant strategy to fight the madness. They have set up a new woke alert system which will notify shoppers of the companies that cave to the woke mob. The alert will come via a text and prevent shoppers from giving their money to companies that, well, attack their values. Joining me now is the Executive Director of Consumers Research, Will Hill. Will, thank you so much for joining me. This isn't a new trend with corporates. So was there one example that was the last straw for you and led you to develop this woke alert system?
Well, we've been working on it for the last few months. Our organization in 2021 launched something called the Consumers First Initiative, which is an ongoing multi-million-dollar ad campaign to attack and name and shame companies that try to distract from their misdeeds and their mistreatment of customers by going woke, cozying up to woke activists, woke politicians, or unfortunately, in many cases, woke asset managers like BlackRock.
Well, that seems to be a massive part of the problem, that the banking sector, the finance companies that control so much of the funding that other businesses need going woke and then demanding that of those who want to bank with them. Nike's a good example because there's all sorts of bad press they receive about conditions for their workers and their products, and yet they seem to cover that up with the virtue signalling by having these ads where they're backing BLM and a bunch of other woke causes.
Yeah, that's exactly right. In fact, that was one of the first companies we targeted with our ads, because this is a company that has had problems with sweatshop labor for decades and now currently has a number of its products being made reportedly with slave labor in China. And yet at the same time, they try to work with Colin Kaepernick and any other woke issue they can find to distract from that. So the New York Times, the Washington Post, other woke outlets won't call them out on it. And that's really the thought behind our woke alerts. We know that increasingly consumers are weary of this type of behavior by companies. They know that when companies go woke, it means one of two things. One, it means they're failing their customers and they don't care about it. They don't want to hear any feedback. Or two, they're doing nefarious things overseas, like in China, and they don't want the negative coverage. And so we came up with the woke alert system, basically so that consumers who care about these types of things, corporations undermining their own values, can know about it